Thank you for using those coupons. Again, the more we raise, the better it is for the players. It's all about supporting the players on that match arena page. So go and keep it up. Guys, welcome to game number 1 of this best of 3. As we have to the bottom right hand side of the map, our blue Zerg player. This, my friends, is Nerchio. And to the top left hand side, the red Protoss is domickc. Again, a Korean Protoss player who is on the up lately. He has been thrown out a little bit here and a little bit there. Some action from him in the last few days. He's had some good series. He nearly had a mapping win against Denver the other day. And he's already taken down Geralt today as well, who's a pretty strong European Protoss player from Poland. So let's see how he continues on along as we continue to set up into this. As we, we get set up and we continue on. Getting into game number 1 of this PvZ. It's going to be a lot of PvZ here initially, guys, and I feel later we're probably going to have a lot of ZvZ. So we'll see how that continues. As yes, this is a best of 3. Prokozika asking in the chat. Best of 3s throughout today. We might even keep the finals as a best of 3 as well. Sometimes we do best of 5 finals. Maybe we'll do best of 3 depending on how long it's taken us to get there. It is just a qualifier. And that final matchup is just for prize money, and a very small amount of prize money, $40, $10. So I think it might be fair to the players just to cut it down to a best of 3. We'll see when we get there, guys, as we, for now, do set up into game number 1. We'll wait to see how this is going to be going. What's up, Mucku, coming in for the sub for 28 months. Mucku, my man, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the 28-month resub. Wow. Give some love in the chat, please, for Mucku for 28 months. That is like 2 years and 4 months. Insane. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. That's 28 months is the amount of time that I've been really taking full-time streaming seriously for. I originally went full-time back in July of 2015, but I didn't. I took the first. Originally, when I went full-time, it was like I was taking a year to basically just enjoy the esports life, and I was, I was streaming, but I was also traveling to a lot of places, etc. So I spent the first 6 months or so traveling, and it was kind of in the December of 2015 or January of 2016 where I really started to stream full-time properly, and I really started to build up my channel. And yeah, we did just that, and that 28-month resub is around about the point where I took full-time streaming fully seriously, and I really tried to commit into it, and I really tried to grow the channel to what it is today, and yeah, isn't that awesome? I'm looking for the support from the start. Always appreciate it, man. Always appreciate it. As the Phoenix about to pop out here, is going to get on top of this Overlord, and is going to be able to shut that down. As domickc, the last couple of days he's been playing fairly standard builds, if I remember correctly. Stargates into kind of like Immortal, Archon, Charge Lot build orders. He had a lot of Immortals the other day, if I'm remembering correctly, against Denver. So, intrigued to see how that goes, as we are going to be having a couple of those Adepts just thinking about where they want to shade around. Actually cancelled that shade backwards. Needs to be careful, because these Zerglings with speed are over here. If he runs into those, that could be a couple of dead Adepts if he's not careful, and he will get himself surrounded. Shade isn't already active, and so these Adepts are just going to go down. Nice catch by Nerchio, having these Speedlings on the map in a bit of an odd location, like off to the right-hand side. I guess he knew the Adepts were last seen over there. And the little gamble that domickc had there didn't quite work out for him. The gamble of, are yourlings still there or not? Yes, they most definitely were, and they picked up that kill. Phoenix has had one Overlord, but only one Overlord because Nerchio only sent one across the map early. Something we're seeing more and more from Zerg players nowadays, realizing that you don't really need double Overlord across the map to get all the information, especially with how often it is a Stargate opening. So just send one Overlord across the map to confirm. And, from there, that's kind of it, as we see this Phoenix pulling back in. Workers have pulled out a gas, though, and as charge comes up, a War Prism starts, domickc is going to go for the charge lot all in, try and pick up a win here in game number 1. So, we've been seeing this a lot lately as well, the big 8-gate charge lot attack. Now, Nerchio, he is getting a Baneling Nest up, which will help a lot with this. No Rotorin, though, which is maybe sometimes the sturdier way of dealing with it. Let's see how this is going to be going in just a few moments. That Baneling Nest coming up right now. That Queen going to be finishing on the third base in just a moment or so. A lot of Lings spread out along here at the moment as well, as there is that War Prism from domickc coming across down the left-hand side and towards the south of the map here to try and attack in towards Nerchio's third. Now, Nerchio did, of course, see these this War Prism at least. He doesn't necessarily know it's the Zealots, although he is probably going to start making units now. 48 drones And he's going to see these ults in a moment. 9 Banelings are already on the way up. He needs to split so well against these Banelings, domickc. There's no two ways about it. If he doesn't split well against the Banes, he's in trouble. The Warp Prism is in range of the Queens, and that is an absolute... This could not have gone worse for domickc here in game number 1. As that is truly a shutdown by Nerchio. He jumps on the Warp Prism. The Banelings get the connections. Everything went wrong so quickly there, and that's a very fast game number 1, going the way of Nerchio to take the lead in this series. As at least this series is going the way we're expected it to. To the bottom right hand side, the blue Zerg player is Nerchio. To the top left hand side, the red Protoss is domickc. What's up, Faith SC in the chat saying good morning from Toronto, Canada. Man, I'm hyped. I'm going to Canada in a couple of months. Whoop whoop. The other day we raised enough money for me to go to Canada for the WardiTV Star League. So that is happening. I'm going to Canada in May. I'm super excited because I'm going to be flying out to Canada, and then I'm going to be taking kind of like a week's vacation for myself before going to Austin and then coming back home to continue on streaming. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to Canada. I'm looking forward to Austin, of course. And I'm also just looking forward to having a little bit of a holiday in the middle. I'm going to go see some friends. I'm actually going to go to New York, I think, and I've been looking forward to going back to New York for a very long time, so I'm kind of excited about it, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty hyped up. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, all hyped about Canada. And of course, if you guys are in Canada, maybe if you're on, obviously I know Canada's a big place, but if you're on West Coast Canada near Vancouver, definitely check out the WardiTV Star League. It is on the 18th and 19th of May, and it is ticketed entry, but that information will be released soon. I'm pretty sure if you want to show up, you pretty much will be able to, because I don't think it'll sell out. But keep your eyes open for that information anyway. But definitely come along. There's going to be guaranteed 2 players from Europe, 2 players from Korea, potentially as well. And, I mean, there's lots of people to kind of potentially meet. It's going to be an open bracket as well, so you can even try your luck in day number 1 of the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the WardiTV Star League offline finals in Canada, Vancouver. In the, oh, it's not quite Vancouver. It's just outside of Vancouver, I think. I don't know, but either way, that's 18th and 19th May, and I'll be there too. You can meet me, the real-life Wardy. If that isn't a dream coming true, I don't know what is. I really don't. Alright guys, game number 2 here. Nerchio versus domickc. We are looking to see what's going on in the next few moments as we have a Stargate opening so far. 3rd hatchery from Nerchio. No real kind of shenanigans so far just yet. I mean, we've seen kind of a lot of games lately being very kind of passive and more macro-oriented, and this most definitely is one of them for now. See that Adept is going to shade back towards the front. Going to fill up the wall there with a gateway as well. So all just gets filled in, and another couple of Queens going to be popping on out here. Link speed about to finish up, and again another few drones also coming through. So another few drones coming through. That warp gate is going to be finishing shortly. Again, everything is looking exactly as you would kind of expect it to for the moment. There's another couple of overlords pop up. 3rd hatchery here is going to get be finished. And this Oracle from domickc continues over to the right-hand side. Again, just investigating the happenings of this game at the moment. Slayer is coming in, as we do see the Oracle is actually getting quite a few kills here. 5, 6. It will sacrifice itself to the Queens. 6 drones? I mean, that's better than usual, but obviously, usually you keep the Oracle alive. So that's a little bit of a intriguing scenario. As you'll see, this Void Ray pops out. We'll get a kill on the Overlord, and the Oracle at the same time is on its way up from the main base as well. A 3rd Nexus from domickc will be dropping down also here. So again, that 3rd Nexus on the way. A pylon will also drop. And just going to be seeing this Void Ray still coming down to the south side, as we see the Baneling Nest and the Lair coming up in the main, natural, and all the rest of it. Again, the Twilight's starting up here. It allows the transition to happen from domickc. He looks as though he obviously isn't going to be going all in this time around. A little bit different this time. And you just have this Void Ray kind of cleaning up on the map at the moment. A Hydra's done in a Baneling Nest from Nerchio as he continues to play in towards kind of Ling Bane Hydra. So continuing towards Ling Bane Hydra here for the moment. And again, the Void Ray just coming through the south side. and seeing what might happen. A couple more spore crawlers still coming through. 4 more Hydras still on the way. Groove Spines starting. Oracle comes in towards the main base and gets another couple of kills thanks to this Void Ray as well. He did prismatically align to try and help out. Go and get yourself that precious Wardy signature, yeah. Quite literally, man. You can get yourself a real life Wardy signature, which you know, right now it's probably worth a couple $100 already. You think about it, like 5 months from now, when I literally am esports famous, you're going to get thousands. So it's just an investment. You spend, fly over from Europe, it's maybe like a few €100, fly over to Vancouver, but hey, you get a signature that's probably going to be worth like at least 10 times your flight in a couple of weeks. So I don't know, man. I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worthwhile going by. Memes aside, if you can make it to Vancouver, it would be definitely awesome to meet some of you guys. If you can't make it to Vancouver, as I said, I'm going to be in Austin as well for WCS. I'm just going as a participant, as someone to go look around the place and just enjoy being there with friends. So if you're going to Austin, I'll see you guys there as well. Storm is on the way up and double immortal production has started. So the macro focus game now from domickc is on its way out. And we'll be seeing how he's able to handle the macro of Nerchio so far. As so far, Nerchio's not really doing anything too spectacular, I would say. Just really kind of building up himself, right? He's not in a position where he really wants to force fights or anything just yet. He's happy to just macro up and to let this game move along. However, it's going to be moving along. So that's happening here for the moment. As we are just going to be seeing what happens next. A few Hydras will come across the map, but again, it's not really a lot to do too much. Maybe just picking away like the Cybernetics core or so, maybe force these Immortals through the choke. It's an awkward position to fight through from the Protoss point of view. There's Nerchio. Again, obviously, there's not too many units at all for him. Pneumatized Carapace now up, starting to spread his Overlords out a little bit. More of these Hydras back in towards the center, and we are going to be seeing the +1 melee upgrade from Nerchio is about to finish up, so he really is focused on this Lingbane Hydra playstyle. And as we see now, domickc has moved forwards in towards a position that can take a 4th base. Might have to push back this Overlord though, which is about to start spreading some creep and ruin his day. Throw the Nexus down, he gets the Nexus just before the creep spread falls. That's a nice little something right there. And the Sentry will be able to push that Overlord away. Get out of my house! Get out of here! Get out! Stasis Ward will be finishing up just in front of this Nexus, and as we sit and stand, domickc is looking pretty happy at the moment. As we see a few more High Templar warping in. We're just going to be seeing that Hive is on the way up on the natural expansion as well. The Void Ray getting to work on this Overlord is pushing it back through the top side as well. So Overlord going down, that's also a nice little benefit at this stage of the game. Hydras coming over to the left-hand side. Quite a few Immortals here, and obviously Storm as well. I think Nerchio is already kind of dedicated to maybe playing into the later stage of this game rather than playing the aggressive Lingbane Hydra, where you try and, do some bits and pieces multiple times over. What is this Rifkin command? Why the fuck do I have a Rifkin command? What? I've never heard of this Rifkin command in my life. That's so weird. Whoever made that. Anyways, Immortals are coming over to this side as Nerchio goes for a massive drop over to the left. And a lot of these Hydras are unloading and starting to get quite a bit of damage done. I mean, this Nexus is in a lot of trouble. This Nexus falling pretty quick. domickc, well, now he has to kind of respond to this. Oh, it's going to be messy getting back in position to deal with this properly. Meanwhile, some Lings and Banes are trying to hit the 4th base as well, potentially. He does have a Stasis Ward and some High Templar here to help defend. Ooh, I like this idea of trying to catch these Overlords on the exit with the Archons, but these units can just start to drop out and fight the Archons. I just don't think there was actually enough units here to do this. It was a nice idea, just missing enough units to actually make it realistically kind of viable. The High Templar have apparently moved away from this position as more probes go down. This is starting to be a little bit of a disaster as we see all of these units continue to gather together. And Nerchio backing away with these Well, Hydras continue to gather up towards this fourth base as well. Warp Prism around the right-hand side. Templar Archives is on the way up, about 50% of the way done already. A few Corruptors on the way up, +2 missiles, +2 melee, Adrenal Glands on the way as well. All of the Hive Tech stuff's coming into play. I mean, the damage that Nerchio just dealt here was absolutely insane. Being able to run into this mineral line, getting rid of a whole bunch of probes. Crazy stuff as we see those Banelings morphing in to the top side of this watchtower. Some more Zerglings gathering together, the Hydras too, as he gets ready to push across in towards this fourth base again. We have to question, is there enough to defend from domickc? Well, he's got a lot of Immortals, he's got Archons, he has Templar, a Storm, he has the tools. Does he have the numbers and the execution in the fight? Let's see right now as we're going to be seeing those Hydras coming in for the Templar Archives initially. First Storm is good, second Storm is pretty decent as well. Actually, these Storms are all very good so far. These Hydras especially. Now there's still a lot of Banelings, but if you can tank those with the Immortals and Archons, this is still possibly a fairly decent fight for domickc as he's going to push our Zerg player away. Bane's rolling forward here, but again, the initial Archons and Immortals are tanking them quite nicely. The Storm's coming back off cooldown, or the energy charging up once again, I should say. These Hydras are pushed away off to the right-hand side. And these Hydras actually pulling back a little bit right now. Broodlords are out though, and that's the biggest issue for domickc, who has absolutely no answer to the Broodlords, as we are going to be seeing, well, these Broodlords just dropping on down from a distance, and already Zerglings starting to run forwards as well to try and stop these units from just kiting away. I mean, a few Stalkers coming in, but these Broodlords are so well protected. The Stalkers don't even have Blink, really, so what are they actually going to do? For a moment or two, there was some hope here from domickc, but at the end of the day, the Broodlords are just going to be a bit too powerful, and this is going to be a full-on pushback, and this fourth base is probably going to fall. A big warp in on the other side of the map. Corruptors and Queens will get the Warp Prism kill, but he will still have to deal with those Zealots. Nerchio at the same time, though, is getting rid of the fourth base. I mean, that's a nice little something. Those Warp Prism plays are definitely something that keeps the Zerg pinned back, but it just came in a bit too late to really be effective enough here. GG, Nerchio takes it. He moves through to the semi.